Hello, we made it. Another week under the belt. I'm assuming we all survived. A sound check. Why would we want to do that? That's just silly.
Your joke won't work. I was going to say he cast his divine magic to tell if the internet was still working, but alas, he's not a diviner.
He does have divine magic.
Yeah, technically clerics have divine magic, I believe.
Yes, but not divining, like being able to predict the future or sense meta stuff.
Well, not yet.
Oh no.
I'm seeing
This guy's not that talented.
when you guys talk, I'm seeing that go out the stream on the little audio flicker thingy. That's such a technical term. Audio flicker thingy.
Oh, wait. I hear it in the stream now.
Yep.
I hear Bringing.
He's back.
Hey.
The Adventure Initiative,
And
brought to you by
microphones.
audio issues.
This is real D&D, guys.
This is how it
Come here
goes.
for every week.
All right. So as I was saying, I'm a little bit of a Shadowrun geek, and picking up Starfinder this week it's like Pathfinder meets Shadowrun.
Pathfinder and a D20 system.
A D20 system, Shadowrun and a D20 system. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. I'm a little bit geeking out over it, so we might have to like do a one-shot Starfinder or something, or maybe even a 10-shot or something, because I'm really enjoying. I'm just reading the
I
rulebook
am
going.
so up to
That would
that.
be cool. I
What
wanna
is
do that.
Starfinder again?
Do whenever
It
you like
is
Saturday
basically
morning.
like a space/future/whatever themed RPG.
It's a space opera
pretty awesome.
themed.
Cool. Will I
Imagine
be able
Star
to
Wars,
make
but not Star
Mandalorian
Wars.
Jedi?
If Star Wars and Marvel got together
And had a
magic
baby.
is science.
Exactly. So anyway, I wanted to show that off a little bit because I'm really excited about that. All right. So last week, where were we? We were beating each other senseless. You guys found the one-eyed jacks in Luskan. You went there. You found the sparring pit, and lo and behold,
Beskar one.
Drennick Flagenscheid was there trying to set up his lower end clientele. And surprisingly, yet again, for a second time in a row, Beskar won the event.
Beating Aslaneve head to head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it
We,
did
said-
take
we have to
ball.
really drive that point home. Beskar beat Aslaneve.
Yeah. A fair
technically
fight.
Grodan did.
I
No,
brought.
Hey, then you lose anyway because Beskar beat Grodan.
I mean, I lost to Grodan, so it's not like, not that big a deal. I refuse to lose to Beskar.
You did though.
That record book's always going to show, 1-0 against Beskar.
At this
Yeah.
point,
One
Yep.
Beskar.
Which, by the way, I do have a tally board of that now.
Beskar is the undefeated champ in pit fights.
he is
in our
currently.
group.
Yeah.
So at some point,
There's
I am
no other
certain.
names on the list of the battle royale we just did. There's just Aslaneve and Beskar with a 1-0 with me as second.
Maybe
Y'all
we
were the
should
team
not do
Yeah.
captains.
At some point, I think we're gonna have a playoff.
A 1-on-1.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So that's where we ended
Some
up.
better stuff, but yeah.
Congratulations.
Have had your evening drink. The healers have come by to, take care of any major wounds. You're still probably a little, beat up and bruised, but not terrible. And you are at the bar. I think that's where we left off. Oh, and you have a new friend who has decided that, you guys kick some serious butt, and maybe he could pick up with you, some guy named Lion Tamer.
So yeah, Grodan's sitting at the bar next to Lion Tamer because he just asked if he could join the group.
Sure. And after our handshake, I'd imagine I'd turn back to the crowd in celebration, drink in my hands like, hey!
Woo!
I'm
Lion
a
Tamer!
party.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you. You lost. Ha, ha,
We're all stuck here in this town. I'm going places. You can all rot here. Fight to death. All I care.
Bringen raises an eyebrow at that as him and Aslaneve are smoking in the corner.
I'm on the
Cronin
bar
gets
dancing and
a
celebrating.
pitcher of ale
So,
and
Okay.
like downs it.
Down to the whole
Now,
picture.
I remember last week Aslan you stormed out. Is he still there?
No,
If he's-
Aslan most definitely left. One, he doesn't. Well, one because he lost, and two, he doesn't drink. So
He's not old enough.
Drink responsibly, kid.
and here Bringen was thought because you were lawful.
He wants to, but he tried to get in, and the bouncer was just like, nope.
Nope, can't come in. Sorry.
Do you have your adventuring license?
So, after Asani left, we just basically kind of going to explore the town, essentially. So we don't have to get too much detail into that, and just kind of, you'll find him later in the town.
Groden would see if Thorbo wants to go for, their match. Now that he's, healed up, but
Yeah, she has also, if I remember correctly, stormed out something, a crap ton of money to
I
you.
think she lost all her money.
Your loss, yeah.
This is a night of drinking. I don't know. He'll come. Lion Tamer will come wherever. I actually haven't said my name to you guys.
Nope.
But
No.
he's just here to party right now.
On that note,
that's what Groden's basically doing. He's getting his drinks, like he's celebrating. He's actually gonna bring Beskar over and, get him a drink too. Be like, you must
thank you,
celebrate.
And I shall. Thank you. And I take the drink and I gulp it down.
I'm very impressed with your killer instinct on that. You did not hesitate and came out on top.
Yes, no hesitation. I fought valiantly and cunningly. And I had...
He was. He doesn't know. He thought that you did it on purpose because that's all that he knows. But
yeah,
you know that you did it on accident.
yeah. I, the player, know it was an accident, and to be funny, Beskar did an accident too. But the character Beskar is not gonna let people know about that. So he's gonna go. Yes, I was very cunning, and you're a worthy opponent. And you fought well and valiantly as well.
Well, it was a team effort, and now that I know that we are even on the debts that I had to pay for you, it is worth it, I suppose.
Yes, it was. And I don't believe I would have been able to do it without you as well.
That is almost a certainty.
Yes. Let me do the celebrations. Thank you. No, just kidding.
Speaking of debts, do we have lodgings for the night?
At this point, you have not acquired lodging. No.
Does this particular tavern have lodgings, or is it just a tavern?
Ew, why do we want to stay here?
This tavern does have lodging. Yes.
Well, actually, Bringen is of the opinion that we should not stay here. As we did discuss, we wanted it somewhere a little bit nicer.
Yeah, this
And to
place,
stop here, move on.
the lodging is more like a series of rows of bunk beds. It's meant for, literally find a place to crash, not necessarily comfort sleeping.
Also,
Okay.
what time is it?
It would definitely be, it was sunset-ish when you got here, so, we're talking probably 10 p.m., midnight.
I just realized that Aslan is walking around in the dark by himself.
You are walking out in a strange city at night in the slums part of town.
In the
It's gonna
dark.
go.
Oh my
It's
god.
in the dark. It's gonna go great. Don't worry. We'll deal with that in a minute.
In character.
It is.
It'll be fun
Yes.
as long as it
So,
doesn't have.
On
As long
that
as he has
note,
spells.
Bringen is going to go and look out and see if he can find some better lodgings, where
All right.
at least he can have his own room.
You know of the captain mentioning. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Or,
Yeah, there was 3. One of them was mid-priced, and so Bringen would go there.
Right. And that was. Oh, it's right here in front of me. I was like, where did my notebook go?
Yeah, I guess Grodin will go to the medium price place.
The 7 Sails Inn. All right.
Yeah, that's right. The 7 Sails reminds me of the ship.
All right. So you wander a little further away from the docks toward the city center. You're asking around for, where's the 7 Sails? And people, oh, the 7 Sails is right over there. It's it's got the big sign on the front, big blue and yellow sails. So you
very
can find
easy
your
to
way
see
there.
in the dark.
Oh, of course it is.
Actually, are there like lamps in the city that keep the
Yes.
streets lighted, or do we need to bring a torch?
No, there are lamps in the city. In the poorer districts, there are fewer, so they're spaced much farther apart. But the city is lit. I was just giving Aslan a hard time.
Oh, okay. Hi guys, I walk straight down the middle of the street towards this 7 Sails place that everybody keeps talking about.
All right,
Eventually,
And you-
Grodin's going to make his way there too.
and you find it.
If-
It's not that difficult to see.
Aslan was already there.
Aslan, well, since you are wandering the town, we're going to see how bad it went for you. Oh, you made it just fine. So
Yay.
Aslan is already there. And you walk in. There is a young gnome male sitting behind a desk reading a book. He looks up at you and just, yes?
I'd like to secure lodgings, please.
Oh, lodge, of course. We have 4 rooms available. Which rooms are you interested in? Do you want the seaside or the city side?
I guess it really doesn't matter.
Oh, well, in that case, the seaside will give you the best view. That will be 1 gold per night, please.
Oh, that's reasonable. I guess
No pets,
I
no
do have-
cigars.
I do have some friends coming, so I'd like to secure lodgings for them as well. I have 4 other people coming.
oh, well, would they each want their own room?
7.
Or are they going to sleep with you?
Most definitely not. They will have their own room.
Okay. Well, and they have 4 rooms, so I guess that's quite convenient then, isn't it? Everybody gets a room. Well, you said 4.
Pretty much.
That'd be a total of
I'll
5.
get my own room.
Now, who's going to share
Total
the?
of 5. They can figure that out themselves. I just let them know I got.
Well, then it will be 4.5 gold. 4 for the room, 1/2 for the extra occupant.
Aslan gives him 4 gold, 5 gold, and 5 copper.
So the gnome takes the money. Oh, thank you very much.
And to
Yay.
be able to pinpoint them out, you'll be a giant elephant man, and whoever he's with is who I'm with.
A giant. He's going to write that down. Giant elephant man. Okay. So the giant
After
elephant man is
Grodin
going to.
finished his drink, he would have started heading that way too.
Yeah, and I
The
would've
giant
followed
elephant
Grodin,
man
too.
is going to get room 7. You'll have room 4. Here you go. And he hands you a key to it. This little round metal key. Odd shaped. Kind of looks like it's mechanical in design, not just your standard key. Like there's maybe it works a very specific gear. Got little jaggedy teeth on the bottom of it. You turn it. It's pretty cool.
As he thanks him, and he's like, "Is there any way I could have maybe some provisions brought to my room?"
Well, sure. What kind of things are you thinking of? We could get you some fruit slices, perhaps, or I could get some beef jerky. We don't have an in-house kitchen.
Yeah, Azaniva just puts 2 gold on the counter. He said, "Whatever that'll get me."
The full Monty it is. Okay.
So, and then Azaniva retires to his room.
He scoops up the gold, and you see him turn around and start waving his hands over this glowing little box. And off you go.
That's cool.
So then, shortly after, Bring-In would arrive, yes?
Sure.
Okay. Did he see my direct message?
I did not. I don't have Discord open. I should probably get that open. I will look at it in just a second.
Okay. Oh,
Click, click,
Bring-In
click.
shows up and is like, I would like to secure lodgings for 7. We don't mind,
Lodgings
okay.
for 7. Oh, well, I'm afraid I just sold my last room. I'm sorry. Perhaps you should try the Royal Arms. It's a little bit more pricey, but much more befitting a man of your apparent stature. He looks at you up and down with your fairly nice armor.
Grodin walks in right after.
I will be with you in just a moment, sir. Hold on.
Bring goes, all right, I'll be back in the morning. And walks out.
So what can I help you with, sir? Looks
I
at you.
am here to acquire a room.
You must be the big elephant man. I understand now. Oh, it's kind of confused at first. Well, a friend of yours, what did he write his name at? Oh, he didn't. He didn't sign the guest book. Oh, I should have had them sign. Anyway, this little scrawny squirt of a man has
That
paid
must
for
be
your
a
room.
sonnet.
He said that you would be here with your friends. Where are your friends? I'm confused.
One just walked out. The
I
other
know
one
it
is
was
right
Grodin.
here.
Lionel would have followed too. Just
Okay. So Lionel walks in about that point, and who else is with him?
I am Beskar.
Nobody
Beskar.
stopped Bring-In from walking out.
They didn't know like none of
guys
us
do what
knew
you're gonna
anything.
do.
He thought that Bring-In had to go do something because he said I'll be back in the morning.
Well, do you understand my passive perception is 11?
So he said, "Oh well." All right.
Lionel
So
would have probably. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I said if I was the last one in, I'd probably be the last one to watch Bring-In leave. And so I'd still walk by, but I just kind of turn around and was like, place not good enough for you?
Say what?
The place not good enough for you? I don't know your name.
Oh, they're
It's not good enough?
completely... Oh, are you bunking with us? Was that the plan?
Well, I'm here now. You can't get rid of me that quickly.
Oh, no, that's fine. I asked for 7 or places for 7, and they said they were full, so I was going on to the next place.
And you just took that as an answer?
Well,
Here,
what
here,
else
here.
am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna. Don't worry. And I go and I pat him on like the thigh or the arm. He's like, I got
And
this.
steals his
Okay.
gold.
Not all halflings are these guys, all right? We're gonna challenge stereotypes, and then I want to pat bring it on the side and walk in with everyone else.
All right.
Kind of chest puff.
You do so. You come back in if you want to, or you can keep going where you want to go, Mr. Bringen.
No, I'll come back.
Okay. So you step back in
He was
just as you
like, "Oh,
just as you
cool,
hear
I gotta leave."
the desk clerk. The young skinny squirt has paid for rooms. Apparently, there are 3 other rooms. He begins digging up a series of these again very intricate gear-ended keys, and hands them to Grodin. He hands you 3 of them. You can do with them as you will. He's already paid for those, so they're rooms number 7, 8, and 9 down that way.
Which of
Likely
these
nine.
is larger, or are they all the same size?
Oh, they're pretty much the same size.
Do you believe that they will accommodate someone of my size?
Oh, of course. We get lots of travelers through here. Luskan is a major port city.
And yet you're surprised to see... Never mind. I don't know that.
He would be surprised to see a Loxodon, because Loxodon haven't made themselves fully known yet. Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Don't ever say Aslan never did anything nice for you guys.
Yeah,
he
it
paid
takes them for all the
$5.5 gold.
AoE.
Oh, that's a lot, man. That's like $50.
On that note, Bring-In is insistent on having room number 9.
I have 10,000 gold in my pocket.
Okay.
Pay 5 gold.
Burn a hole, apparently.
So, do you give him the key, Mr. Grodin?
Yes.
You have room number 9, apparently.
All right. Well, who shares the rooms?
Grodin's taking his own room.
I'm taking
Well,
my own
look
room.
to-
First
I
person
already
gets
Bring
it.
in.
First call.
Well, look, I got you this room, all right? Turning to bring in. As far as I'm concerned, that's my room. No, come on.
No, I mean, 3 of us could share a room. It's completely reasonable.
Grodin probably would have let one of the the captain that was with him out of Loxodon know like what time to report, like giving them leave.
Yeah. Yeah, because there is a whole crew, but the crew is not necessarily hanging out with you guys. They're in port, and you guys know that, I'm assuming you have set a meetup rendezvous time and place.
Yep.
That's an assumption I made. Probably a bad assumption on my part, but...
No, it helps.
Well, I guess while you guys are fighting over your keys, and Aslan is in his room, and he kind of opens his robe up and looks at the scar, at the the black mark on his chest, and he's gonna attempt to cast remove curse and see if that helps.
All right, at what level?
All right. 5th level. My last
All right.
spot. Well, my last high level. Does remove curse scale? Don't believe it.
Does it scale?
I don't think it heals.
No, it's just it doesn't scale at all.
Doesn't scale, but there are certain aspects of this that, level 1 person could not remove.
Oh,
So
well,
mechanically, no, it's not. Story-wise,
if it
yes,
helps.
there's a difference.
remove curse is by default a 3rd level spell. So.
Right.
So you can only cast it at 3rd, yes?
true. I mean, I guess I could take a short rest and I get arcane recovery, and that'll
Well,
give me that.
you can always use a lower level spell you can always burn a
with
higher
a
level slot
Right.
to use a lower level spell. Whether or not it scales upward or not, you can always do that.
Sweet.
It's usually
Well,
a
I guess
bad
I'll do
idea, in battle, but you can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See if it does anything.
Okay. You cast the remove curse. You set up a little, I would say, ritual, but it's not a ritual cast. But you know what I'm saying. You do the incantations and the movements and nothing seems to happen. And you would know that generally this kind of thing would have, it's been a couple weeks now, would have resolved itself or, at least faded on its own with all these attempts you've made.
We destroyed the phylactery, right?
You did.
Curse is a curse.
Yeah, did we not help Asenleaf by killing Narfar and going through all that?
You removed the soul barb.
But the damage is still
Remove
done.
the soul boob.
The soul boob, yes.
Real mature. Okay, well, seeing that it didn't work, I guess he's just going to. Well, I guess while he waits for his food, he's just going to practice magic. I use some incantations and stuff like that.
All right. So you are in your room, and a good half an hour later, you hear this knocking at the door.
I open the door using.
We can't hear you. Breaking up again.
Okay. What about now?
Yep.
Better.
Okay.
Better.
I open the door. And
Okay. Okay, so you open the door and you see this fairly modestly dressed female with a tray of fruit and another tray of bread, and she hands them to you. These are for you, I think, sir. Probably in her mid-30s.
Really
This is reminding me of the one shot. You're gonna get poisoned.
And she steps in, steps toward you like she wants to step into the room.
He just takes the tray and he's like kind of closing the door.
Oh, but you paid for.
Asenleaf sets the tray down on the bed real quick, and he hands her like a silver. I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, I thought I was. You paid for more. You paid for more. I thought. And she looks at the silver and goes, "Okay." It pockets it and turns and walks away. It's like,
Okay.
At least I
got paid to not work.
Yeah.
He's like, that was really. He kind of like mutters to himself about that was really odd, and then he closes the door.
I'm standing in the other doorway just watching.
You are down the hall a ways, but you look around the corner and you see this. You could see the exchange going on. Yes. So Asenleaf has returned to his studies as he ought to do. So the rest of you doing?
Grodin's going to sleep.
I thought we were still arguing about the rooms.
No, Grodin
has gone. So I don't know who's getting the other remaining two rooms.
Went to his room. He handed you guys the keys and then went on his own.
Oh no, yeah, you're stuck with me.
I also went to my own room because I won, so the winner gets his own room.
And you wouldn't have a room if it wasn't for me, so as far as I'm concerned, you're bunking with me. All right.
All right.
What do
Thank you,
you mean?
Mr. Leonin. Don't worry. I take
Lion
up much more
tamer.
space than I look. And
I just kind of.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna lead the way up the stairs to the room.
All right. you lead the way. Once we get into the room, I'm going to look for the bedside table, if they have one, or a chest.
All right, there is a chest at the end of each bed. There are two twin beds in the room. And you, Grodin, and Beskar, notice you also have two twin beds in the room. You only need one. But, you could use both if you want to.
Grodin's going to move them together.
Okay. There you go. You've scooted across the room.
What I'm going to do is pull out some thread and walk around the room and do alarm.
All
just
right.
on mine and Leo. No, not Leo. Lionel.
Lion Tamer.
You don't know his name is Lionel yet. He hasn't introduced himself.
No, you guys have yet to actually have names or anything.
No.
Either way. Me and Leonin, and Springen has mentioned that several times. So, once I get into that room, do the alarm just in that room. He takes a potted urn out of his backpack.
Okay.
Pours out the dirt in a circle and puts the pot in the middle. And then, poof! Springen disappears.
Lionel's just watching, interested. It's completely like a magic trick.
And it did very much appear.
Voice from the inside. It's bigger on the inside. As I have used, what's it called? Stink. What is it called? It's a thing that I can do because of my background. I think it's called Bottled Respite. Genie's Vessel. That's what it is.
There you go. Interesting. I'll have to look that one up. I've not heard. I'm going to write that down.
So I create my patron grants me a magical vessel that grants you a measure of the genie's power. Bottled Respite, 1 action. I go inside and it lasts for 8 hours. So I'm inside this potted urn.
All right. Good to know.
Or you can use a bed like a regular person. All right.
You're not
Yeah,
there?
it comes with all the furnishings on the inside. It has a bed. It has my own room. A little kitchen. I can bring stuff with me.
So you're sharing a room, but you're not sharing.
Why
Right.
did he even?
So Lionel
Lionel
looks
just
around
kinda
and goes, "You have
takes
the whole room?"
Just
Magic
I've had too much to drink tonight.
Yeah, a nearly 300-pound man just disappears into a little bottle. Yeah,
Too much. And I just lay down, kind of. Ooh, okay,
Yep.
go to bed.
You got hit in the head, and you had and you drank, which
Very much to
a
drink.
thimble's enough for a halfling, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's way too much.
All right, so you have gone to bed. The morning greets you bright and early, especially after being pummeled and drinking so much. The curtains here aren't quite as thick as one would probably hope. And it washes through the room because you are on the east side, and so it washes through the room very brightly. I would say cheerfully, but I'm not so sure what your moods are. You could tell me what your moods are, but
I'm as happy as can be.
all right.
Grodin's in a pretty good mood now that he's rested up.
Is
I'd say, like-
Leon an early riser?
He's not. He's just he's the kind of like wake up once and then just go lay back down and turn and just it's like 5 more minutes.
All right.
But
All right, so
Islany wakes up and he goes and knocks on Grodin's door, and he knows Grodin's already awake.
Yes.
Okay. And he slides into your room and closes the door, and he's like, "I need a favor."
All right. What is this favor that you seek?
I have some gems, and I don't want you to be upset when I ask this, but I need a humanoid skull.
For what reason?
You think that casting necromancy is without a cost?
I was more inquiring as to what you were wanting to use it for.
Well, whenever I used all my funerary tokens. So normally that's how I had been summoning my undead spirit. And I did have a skull previously in my bag that I inlaid with gems to be able to cast my undead spirit spell, but I seem to be out.
And you definitely weren't able to harvest any from your last fight.
A human skull.
I mean, I'm sure there's someone dead around here somewhere.
Are you implying that I help you rob a grave?
I mean, is it really stealing because they're not alive?
Yes, legally, yes.
I believe that most of the people who live here would see it as stealing.
Well, I kind of need it.
We will be going into battle very soon. Perhaps we could use that as a way to acquire the skull for you.
Yes, I normally would agree, but I kind of, I have, but then I've got to prepare the skull and stuff like that, and I can't do that in the thick of battle. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some curio shop around here that sells skulls. That's a thing.
That is a thing.
I would prefer if generally those type of shops are in seedier areas of town, and I would like a little backup just in case I get arrested.
I want to help you. I do. I am worried of breaking the laws of this town.
We're not gonna. We're not gonna dig anyone up. I'm just kidding. I just prefer that someone would go with me to look for the curio shop. Someone who could, say, defend themselves in case we end up somewhere not entirely legal.
Very well. Let's go then.
All right.
I think about this point, I get kicked out of my own vessel.
Yeah. So, yeah. Lionel's would be sleeping in bed when he hears... And you see that Bringen has reappeared next to the pile of dirt on the floor.
I would sit up and it's like, oh, it was there was dirt. That part was real.
Yep, dirt from home, and he starts putting it back in the little jar, and he says, "By the way, got some breakfast. Want a treat?" He offers like 2 little apricot pastries.
Yeah. Looks like I chose correctly. He says as he takes some pastry. Enjoys
one
in his
for now,
sheets.
one for later. Bonus action, you get 4 hit points. You save it till the end of day. Then they're not so fresh.
Good to know.
Hey, DM question.
Yes?
Okay, so I am looking at this spell, and it might not be entirely necessary, but it says that I need a gilded humanoid skull worth at least 300 gold points. All right, so I had a skull before, and I have the gold. I mean, I have
Which
the,
spell are
the
you
gems
talking
that I
about?
bought
Just
last time.
so I can look it up.
So, but
Is that one where is that a spell where that is expended
Consumed?
every time? Or
I
is it
don't
just needed
think
as
it's
a focus?
consumed. I
that's
think
what I'm
it's used as a
saying.
focus.
It doesn't say it literally has to specify that it's consumed, right, in order for me to
Correct.
use it, correct?
Correct.
Okay, well, it doesn't do that. So it just says I just need to have it.
Yeah, because I think that with certain spells like that, it needs to have a focus.
Okay,
Which
well,
spell
then I
is it?
don't
Let me look
need
it up.
to-
What is the name of the spell?
Summon undead spirit.
I'm an undead spirit, yeah.
Meanwhile, Bringin knocks on Beskar's door. Breakfast? Well, at least what I got.
Yeah, I'll have some. What do you got?
Apricot pastries.
Oh, cool. I take 7 of them.
I could only make 4 in a day,
How many
so
are
you can
there?
have 1.
I'll take 1.
I've given out 3.
I'll
And
take the last.
if you want breakfast, the rest of it's back in the pot. Give me a sec. Shoo! Goes back in the urn.
How did you just disappear? What the heck is happening?
Oh, you'll get. Yeah. I mean, the pastry's good though. I don't understand all the pot, but pastry's
Yeah.
good.
It is. Thank you. I will also go downstairs and ask the owner for where I can find a place that sells magic items.
That's why it's in Unearthed Arcana. It's not in my book. Okay. You would go down and there's a different gnome, a female this time. And she's leaning back, kind of nodding off.
Hello.
Oh!
Ring, I rang the bell.
Yes.
Hello.
What?
Can
Hi.
I get directions to a good magic shop in town?
A magic
A
shop.
shop that sells something that sells magical items,
Well,
or would know how to do it.
we have a couple in the area. Let me think about it here. She starts flipping through a book. We have let's see here. The Golden Harvest,
Uh-huh.
and let me think. The Righteous Rain.
Okay.
Those 2 shops be probably the best place to find magical items. What kind of magic are you looking for?
Something that will help in battle, probably.
Oh, I see. Oh, you like to fight then?
I do like to fight. I am a fighter. Not the class, just somebody who fights.
You are. You don't look the type. Interesting. Well, yeah, those would probably
Lots of
be
people
the.
fight. Just tell me where I can find them, and I'll be on my way.
They would be, and she tells you, through this way, take the left alley, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, and I go to a magic shop then.
Which one are you headed to?
The first one, that was something harvest. That's how bad my memory is. Golden harvest.
The Golden Harvest, yes. Okay. So you go to the Golden Harvest, and you open the door, and there's a little ching ching ching, and you see this little squatty dwarf man, big bushy beard, sitting there. He looks up at you. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, hello. I would like a magical item, something that could help me in battle.
Oh, that's funny. All right. I don't have a lot of battle items. I have more like, household goods. We don't do a lot of fighting here, but let me see what I've got here. So hold on a second. He gets up and begins looking around. He comes back with a couple different items from the shelves and set them down. This is probably going to be something nice for you. And you're looking at this little, looks like a sword, but stubbier. Not quite a dagger, not quite a sword. Stuck somewhere in the middle. Could be all nice and sharp. There, you cut your finger off if you're not careful with it.
That's how you handle most sharp things, yeah. What does this do?
Well, it's extra sharp. That's what it do.
Oh.
It's magically sharp. Won't rust.
So, like, metagame, is that like a +2 or what?
It would be a +2 short sword, yes.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Or do you
Well,
have anything that...
I got a brooch over there to make you look a little prettier.
Oh, I don't need that. I can already make myself look as pretty as I want.
I doubt that, but some people think that. Some people think they don't need it. You, maybe a little bit. Just a little.
Oh, I have this out of disguise. I can make myself look however I want, and then make him look like him.
Oh. Well, yeah, that would do it. Now that'd do it, wouldn't it? You want to sell that by chance?
How much are you offering?
Oh, $5,000.
Nah, not worth it. I'll walk out of the store.
Oh. He just kind of, he thought $5,000 was a massive amount of money. It's like 5 years' salary for some people.
I mean, that is a lot of money for the hat, to be honest.
It is, but
pay
also, the hat is not for sale.
You don't even need the hat. You can change your literal form.
But I can't change my clothes.
You learned that the hard way.
And y'all faulted Bringen for taking no for an answer at a hotel.
You guys
also
are
a power move.
a strange group, I'll tell you that.
Hey.
All right. How much more damage is it? Like a D8 for the +2 short sword, or what?
I'd have to look it up again. I don't know off the top of my head. So I think it's a 6. D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Short sword would be decent.
Yeah. My +1 long sword is already a D8.
Yeah, this is a short sword, so it's a plus 1d6.
All right. Yeah, so I would have walked out. I go to the other magic shop, which I know where because my
you do know where the righteous reign, and it's spelled REIGN, like to reign over something.
Very humble.
Yes. There's an
I'd shop there.
elf standing in there rearranging some items on a shelf as you come in, and he looks over. I'll be with you in a moment. Hold on.
All right.
Finishes just getting things just so, and he turns back to you. He says, hello.
Hi, I am looking for a magical item. Hopefully something that will help me in
which
battle.
magical
but
item
also
are you?
just anything you're particularly proud of.
Oh, well, I am particularly proud of this necklace I'm wearing. And he shows you this. It looks very glamorous. It's shiny and sparkly.
And what does it do, might I ask?
It looks beautiful. Why would you ask?
Could I ask for magical items?
Oh, well, not everything has to be magical to be beautiful. I am proud of this.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, you could
believe
probably mention that you're going into battle soon, so maybe that will...
I did say something that will help me in battle.
Oh, well, let's see. We don't carry a lot of weaponry here. We're not much of a war city. But I could probably find you something if you'd like me to.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
See what you got.
So he excuses himself for a moment and heads to the back room. And you look around, and this particular shop looks very well decorated. The shelves are very fine wood, polished, very high lacquer. Everything's got a real shiny glare to it. He comes back out later. Says, I have this particular cloak. This is about the only thing I could think of that would be of battle worthy. It would give you momentary invisibility, but that's probably the only advantage in battle I could think of. Everything else is here for more luxurious purposes, to make things more comfortable. If you would like, I have this hat. It would give you a little more, keep the rain off your head, keep you perfectly dry, even in the worst winter days.
That is cool, but I don't.
No,
need
it's
that
warm,
as much.
actually. It's very warm. It keeps you dry and warm at all times.
I can already keep myself warm. I have body heat, and I can cast fire from my hands.
You
I
can
have a
cast
better question
fire.
about this hat.
Yes.
Could I use it to breathe underwater since it will always keep me dry?
No.
That's
The
the
water
visuals I
would
like to
still
see.
enter your mouth and just not touch your skin on the way in.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Could
How
you
much for
imagine
the?
Brady thinking that was gonna save him from drowning? He's like, I've got this, guys, and he drowns in water.
Well, I mean, that's the first thing on Bringan's mind. He knows what it's like to be on a ship, fall in the water, especially if you're wearing plate mail, for Pete's sake.
I mean, doesn't Regan have like 9 intelligence?
No, he has. Let me double check. Intelligence of. Oh wait, yeah, no, it's a 9. See, that's why he made the assumption.
Oh my god!
There you go. All right,
How much
so
for the cloak?
the cloak would be 180 gold pieces.
180. All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so you have a cloak of dryness.
No, the cloak of invisibility that I mentioned, not the hat.
Oh, not the hat. Oh, sorry. So you have the hat of I was reading the hat price. Sorry. The cloak invisibility is 850.
Yeah. Sweet. And it is called the cloak of invisibility.
Yep, and it will. I'll send you the stats, but the short version is going to be you have 6 seconds of invisibility.
Okay.
You have one
Okay.
turn.
And it costs 800 gold.
850.
All right. All right, that's it. I'll go back to the tavern and I'll let other people roleplay now.
Grodin would have started like getting everything ready and would have met at the meeting point with the other Loxodon and Thorba and everyone.
All right. So Aslaneve, before we go any further, you would know this. I'm trying to look up while I've been doing all this other stuff here. If that particular item is a focus item or if it is consumed, and I know how to tell. Hold on a sec. Hold on just a second.
It doesn't specify that it
No,
is
but
consumed, so
I know
it's-
there is one particular thing where it's very similar, and I want to see if it says consumed or not, because I don't think it does. Oh, it does. It says which the spell consumes. Right. So in this case, it is just a focus piece. So there you go. So never mind.
Cool beans.
Lionel, while you are in town, you are you're getting yourself ready for a battle and for a trip, and you haven't taken a trip in a very long time. You've been putzing around Luskan, and you were picked up here by Drinnick Flagenscheid to fight in the fights, and he paid you fairly well while you were here, but you haven't really traveled extensively, and you're getting ready to go. Is there anything that you want to go pick up or search for, etc., before you head out on your long trip? Because you don't know who these people are and what they're here to do.
First, I would want to, because Asleaf was the first like real wizard that I saw. Like, he's seen like little paladin spells and things like that, but
right,
summoning magic and real magic, that was really the first time. So I don't know if Asleaf would have left already, or if he would.
Asleaf is currently with Grodin.
With Grodin?
So they're making their way through the town.
Okay. If that's the case, Lionel would go up to the front desk and ask if she saw a skinny man or elephant or something like that. One of the two.
Hi. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Long night.
Have you seen the scrawny one, or the big elephant man?
Oh, the one. There was someone who stopped by earlier. Asked me to go to a magic shop.
Magic shop. Was he? Okay. That's it. That's all you've heard.
That's all I've heard. I'm sorry. I was apparently dozing off a little bit here. It's kind of boring this morning.
Yeah, it is. And Lionel kind of goes there and steps outside.
Okay.
Just trying to get a view of the city.
So you get a view. You look around, and Luskan is a large city, but it's not nearly as large as like Baldur's Gate, some of the bigger trade cities. This is a trade city, but it's far on the reaches. So it's a city. It's not a large city. It's not a small city. It's just there. It's in the middle.
Now, one thing to know about Lionel is that he is a survivalist at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows at least his way about finding things, or pretty much he's a ranger without all the animals and friendship.
Right.
So,
he would definitely know a lot about nature and things like that, and human nature, or people nature. Why you would go here, when you would go there, that kind of thing.
Would it be
so? What are you trying
to
to intuit?
Track. I want to see if I can track Grodin, just because he's such a different creature.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to keep your eyes for the guy that stands literally a head above everyone else,
and has an elephant head.
Yeah.
Just look for the cobblestone that's an extra like inch into the pavement.
Yeah, don't look for dents.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to hide or anything. He's everybody I think should have an idea. Well, you may not, because you're probably the only person who wouldn't know, because they would have made these plans before going into the tavern.
Yeah, but you look around, and it takes you 15-20 minutes, but you eventually see this head far above all the others, and pretty sure that's Grodin. Looks familiar.
Yeah, Lionel wants to run up to it and just I want to run up to the side, kind of behind. I'm sure I'm pushing people to the side a little bit, and get up right next to Grodin and just kind of like, hey, down here, just kind of waving my hand. You're the same one I met yesterday, correct? My new group.
That is correct.
Good. All I know is that you look like an elephant. I don't know who you are, but who are you, actually?
My name is Grodin Malfour. I am the War Master of the Loxodon.
Loxodon. Oh, Loxodon. Okay. And he looks up like, I'm Lionel. Lionel's the name. I'm still apart. I'm still ready to go. don't know what exactly we're doing, but that comes later. And I want to. I'm sure I noticed Aslan standing nearby.
Oh yeah, he's not that hard to find. The brooding
It's like
teenager in all black, you know.
You were the magic man, right?
Yeah. What of it?
What of it? What of it? I and Lionel kind of walks next to him and it's like, I have a proposition for you if you want to get in on this. And look, when Lionel has a proposition, you know it's good. It's an idea I've been sitting on.
It was like he kind of like cocks his head and he's like, "What?"
So I've had this idea for a while, right? You know arrows, right?
I'm familiar with arrows.
And I know you know magic because I saw you magic yesterday. What if there was a way to combine the two?
You want some?
Touch his hands together.
You want enchanted arrows?
Enchanted. It's enchanted sword. I'm thinking more imbued, if anything.
You want me to put magic in your arrows?
I don't need you necessarily to do it, but one of my main problems with this plan is that I don't know magic very well.
I see.
So I wanted to know if you've had any experience enchanting, how that works.
Well, I am working on enchanting this this symbol on my spell book, but I mean, I'm sure I could try arrows.
Good. And don't mind me. We can keep walking. I can walk and listen, or walk and talk. And
Okay.
I don't know the specific questions to ask, but I kind of want to just pick his brain a little bit. I want to pick Aslan's brain about, just a few basics of magic and, universal rules, things like
that. Which Aslan starts to drone on about about theories and the application and use of magic and yada yada yada.
There are such things as these runes, and each rune has a certain shape, and each shape has a certain meaning to it. And the more you can mentally and emotionally connect with the shape, then that impact. And he just goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Okay. I think after listening to so much, so if I were to try to imbue an arrow, and he pulls out like a standard wooden arrow, like would this suffice, do you think, or would this even hold? I don't even think I bought it considering it.
I mean, I've learned the most thing I've learned about magic is trial and error. Much trial and error.
And that's when Lionel's, he keeps listening, but he talks less and he just starts thinking.
Okay.
Trial and error, huh?
So you have to try a few things.
Lionel, you know the city well.
Mm-hmm.
If I were looking for things that weren't in the normal scope of regular townspeople, where would I look?
Should I roll for that, or should I probably just know?
Roll a.
I know a guy.
Roll a d20 and see where. Just tell me the number.
Okay.
I'm just curious to see where things land. I know there's probably an official rule for that, and like a history check or diplomacy or something.
Got a 7 raw.
7. You think that maybe you've heard there's a goblin by the docks that may do some weird under the table stuff, but You haven't been there because you're not an under the table kind of person.
Lionel kind of like just thinks about it. It's like I've heard we've had some real losers in this gladiator pit. I'm sure you know. I've heard them mention something about a goblin, I think, at a dock. I don't know if there's more than one dock, but I know there's a goblin at a dock somewhere, and that's the best people talk about.
He's actually never heard of a goblin, so he says, "What the hell is a goblin?"
Oh, you know, goblins, and Lionel gestures vaguely. You know.
I don't know what that is.
Big teeth, long ears.
Just imagine a very, very short green elf. Minus the pretty.
I was just like, I'm not sure what a goblin is, but they seem like they are. It seems like it's worth a shot. But I probably should consult with Groden first. We probably need to get going, I suppose. I don't want to tarry too long in town.
Oh, you need help with something?
Well, and he turns to Groden, and he was like, "So, what is the plan, Groden? I know that you're spearheading this, so."
Groden fell out, apparently. He's muted.
The one time I actually asked Groden for advice.
Teach you to do that again.
So
Groden,
I guess at this point,
did you fall off?
Beskar.
There he is.
Sorry about that. My roommate was talking to me.
Good.
Awesome.
Whatever.
So, Aslanib asked Grodan what what his plans are. What time are we leaving? And I know you don't want to tarry too long in town. So, what's the next move?
We need to make haste towards Dax'Litha. I would say we should leave no later than midday.
So you have about 3 hours.
Okay.
I cast Beskar, and I don't know. Well, I know I don't. The character doesn't know that Beskar and Beskar and Grodan. I mean, Beskar and Bringin are not together right now, right?
I don't know.
We are.
I could go back. I could go back to the rendezvous. I could go back to the tavern.
Where'd you guys go? You tell me, so I can keep track of people.
I would have gone back to the rendezvous point.
All right.
We agreed.
Yeah.
So you all are
Bringin
actually
would have
headed in the
followed
same
him.
direction currently.
Yeah, Bringin would go with Beskar to the meetup point since he doesn't know anybody else who knows the way, and he doesn't remember. But he does offer a big salad sandwich to Beskar. Oh, Beskar dropped out.
Yeah, Beskar
He
just
didn't
fell
like your
out.
sandwich.
Apparently not. There he is. All right, so you guys are headed toward the rendezvous point as Lionel is talking to Aslanib, and by the time you get to there, Aslanib is still finishing up about you have to imbue it with all the mental energy you have, but it's not just mental energy, and it keeps rehashing all these details. Thorba's standing there with her arms crossed, still glaring at Groden.
Why are you upset, Thorba?
Oh, me? Oh, hell, honey. I ain't upset.
You look upset.
No, I'll be fine. So, suppose we should get moving. Are your people ready?
Back at the party right now, right?
Oh. We're leaving already?
Is Aslanib done with what he needed to do?
Aslanib says, "Well, I do. Well, I think it's important that we leave. I don't. there's a war brewing, and I don't want to, delay.
Would
Delay.
would I know if there's another city, like another bigger city?
There, you know that Mirabar is like due west. There's another city that you have to go through Mirabar, take a 90-degree angle called Long Saddle. But you're not sure if that's the direction you guys are going or which direction you guys are going.
Also, side note, weren't we supposed to stop like Mirabar from attacking the Loxodon? I don't.
We sent message to the Duke of Baldur's Gate.
Duke Portier,
And
yes.
let him know, we let him know that basically the alliance with the Loxodon hinged on him bringing Mirabar in line, like immediately.
And the spy.
Yeah, like we let him know that both of those things were going.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget about that, and then we came back, and your home is a smoking pile of rubble.
Bring it goes. That would be quite unfortunate. All seriousness.
Lionel would look up to Grodan real quick and is like, which direction are we headed?
Grodan knows this, like on the map. Which way is Dax'Litha east from where they're at right now?
It is southeast. Let me pull up the actual map. I'm going to move that over here. Pull up the actual map. Faerun map. Let's see if I can... add this to the screen. Let me see if I can do that real quick.
Bringen pulls out a treat from his pocket. Azaleaf. What one?
Azaleaf, like,
pocket bacon.
no, thank you, I'm fine.
All right, more for me. It's definitely like I need it.
Azaleaf's like, just go.
All right.
So
Yeah, yes.
There it is.
So, do you know what we're doing exactly?
Well, you have he has a big sword and he points to Grodan, and you can do magic, so I figure it's something big.
Okay, well,
I heard something about zombies, Azaleaf.
Azaleaf just looks at bringing that up. And that is
Zombies.
not for everyone to know, bringing.
I mean, zombies aren't a deal breaker per se.
I don't know. What do you call that thing you summoned last night? It's not like the whole town was there watching you.
Well, it was an underground pit, which probably wasn't entirely legal, so I doubt anyone was gonna call me out for necromancy.
I didn't call you out for necromancy. I just said you had a zombie.
Yeah, kind of. They're kind of hand in hand.
Necromancy. So isn't...
Oh, darn.
Necromancy.
My dumb brain. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Would Lionel even know what necromancy is or all it entails?
I'm trying to think, because he would have heard of Zanzar, right?
Yeah, you definitely... yes, you have Tom Zan, the Far Eastern threat. Is that his name? There we go. There we go. Zaztam. You've heard rumors of it.
Isn't that I've heard it before. It wasn't good. I know that.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So
I mean,
you
don't
are
seem like them.
here in Luskan. Mirabar is here. The Loxodon people are just north of Mirabar there a little bit. You know that if you cut back down into here, you're going to Long Saddle, and where you're actually trying to get to is here in the High Forest.
Okay.
Just under the Lost Peaks there. Actually,
So
to the far east of the High Forest, technically.
DM, is my home in that area? Or is it farther?
Your
east?
home, I thought, was way over
I'm
here.
way out there. Yeah, never mind. You're good.
Yeah.
You said, what's way up? But
Why do you think I joined you guys? Closest thing to getting home that I can get at the moment.
So yeah, that's where you guys are headed.
So Lionel would mostly ask because he would see everyone mobilizing and he'd still have the thought in his head, like, try everything. And he just wants to try to run and find he doesn't want to find a general store, but something like an artificer shop or something just just a little bit higher, like than your general store.
So it's a specialist store for either mechanics or alchemy or something of that nature.
Right.
All right, so you go looking around.
And Azani follows him because he's gonna need help.
It's if I'm not back and he turns to grow, then just go. I'll see you. I'm sure. I know what direction.
Azani said, "We'll be right back before we depart. Okay, we'll be back no later than midday."
Very well. Make haste. We are preparing to march.
Sounds good. Lionel, lead the way.
All right. And Lionel goes.
All right, so
a specialist shop.
You go looking around, and it's not hard to find. Maybe roll me a d20 just to see how long it takes.
Oh, Lord.
Bringen will go, during the meantime, go shopping for just food stock, preserves, rations.
I got a 4.
A 4. It takes you a lot. You're like, this town's got pretty much, a little bit of everything. I can find it in no time. And it takes you a good hour just to find it. You eventually see this little storefront between two, clothing stores that says Dinkwell's Gearworks.
I think this is it.
Let's hope so. We're running out of time.
And Lionel rushes in, just kind of opens the door. He's like, I need to, and he kind of wants to make a little bit of an entrance. He just walks in, and he's like, who works here?
You see this little gnome, completely bald, with these two little tufts of hair on the side.
That would be me. I'm Reginald Dinkwell. What can I do for you?
Reginald Dinkwell, do you want to be the start of something amazing?
I pretty much am. I run Dinkwell's Gearworks. That's my name on the front. Yeah, I thought it was funny.
That's the spirit. Now I need help. I need help finding some things.
Oh, I have lots of things. I have some gears and some sprockets. And do you need something mechanical maybe that would maybe clean your house with you?
No. I don't
Oh,
really have a house.
I could see it right now.
Permanent.
A mechanical crossbow that loads the bolts itself.
That's closer. We're getting warmer.
Oh, okay.
No.
That would take about 2 months to build, probably. I do some testing and some R&D. We could make that.
No, and Lionel kind of interjects in between. What I need components, if that makes sense.
You are a fellow inventor. You didn't look the type.
I take out an ordinary arrow. I need not just any arrows. I need arrows that can hold magic.
I don't know. I don't know that such. Well, I guess perhaps it could. Hold on a moment.
He goes to the back room and comes out with this pile of little metal rods.
These could probably be turned into arrows. They're little shafts for various gearworks.
Would he hand you one?
Would this suffice? Just sharpen the end there. That would probably make a decent... And cut a little groove in the other end.
Yes, yeah. Can I tell anything about the material or?
Roll an investigation check. Let's see how investigative you are, what your eye catches.
Dirty 20. Oh no, actually a nat 20.
A nat 20. You look at it and you think those are actually some very high quality metal. It would probably suffice. Because Aslan's been telling you about, magic requires the finest ingredients. You can't just, throw anything at magic. And he's been, very condescendingly telling you all the things that you must do properly.
Aslan interjects when he's like, "Yes, we're well aware. Not, I know he doesn't."
Are you buying these? I'm sorry.
So.
Yeah.
I need things so that we can enchant these arrows.
I don't know much about enchanting. I'm more the make something move kind of person. I have this great little cuckoo clock sitting in the corner. It is the most fascinating thing. Every hour on the hour, the two cuckoos come out and they kiss each other so gently on the beaks. It is the funniest thing.
Fascinatingly.
That does sound hilarious. But can you tell me what do you use to make it move like that?
Well, gears and springs, and you wind it up about once every 3-4 days.
But nothing to coat it with, nothing.
Oh, you have to put oil on it, of course. Otherwise, it wouldn't work very well. Now, would it? The gears would all get crinkled in there. Little oil smooths everything over. Keeps things from rusting.
I think we might be in the wrong spot. It seems more artificer, and we need alchemy.
Well, here I need to. And he looks back at the nuns, and it's like, I can't use gears, but I'm trying everything. So, and inside he's like, these rods are perfect, but he's not gonna let that on. And he's like, I guess this isn't exactly what I need, but I'll take these off your hands and some oil if you have any.
Okay, that's let's see. That would be those are some expensive little pieces there. Maybe a gold a piece, perhaps. I don't know. Does that sound reasonable?
How many of them are there?
There are about 10 in the bundle.
10 in the bundle? 10, yeah. These look like they've been sitting out for a bit. Would you be willing to go to 8?
Roll a persuasion check to persuade him down.
All right.
He's going to roll
26.
Of course, 8 is fine. Oh, well, it does have a little rust on the edge there, doesn't it? Okay, all right, sure.
So you get the bundle for 8 gold.
And then just, I guess, oil, a vial. I don't know how you sell oil usually, but.
Oh, we sell these little pint jars. It's usually 2-3 silver a pint.
2 silver a pint.
Yeah, it's basic oil. It's just you can use it to coat the rods. If you scrub them down real good first, it will keep them from rusting anymore, probably.
Give me 6 pints.
His eyes go wide at that. I only have 2 pints in the back for my own use. Are we talking the same thing here?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm trying everything, so I'll take 8 pints.
Okay.
You only have 2.
Sure. I'll sell both of them to you for a whole gold. How's that?
Deal.
All right, so you
Okay.
have a 2 pints worth of basic oil.
All right. So now, and he turns to Azalee with his equipment. It's like, now we can alchemy shop.
All right, we need to hurry. If we're late, Grodan will never let me hear the end of it.
Oh, he looked nice enough.
Hmm.
Good talking to
Ever
So-
since he got that stupid War Master title, he's been really freaking annoying.
And yeah, so now we.
You both cut out on me. So now what?
I think we were trying to find a quick alchemy shop
All
in a
right.
hurry.
So you're in a hurry. You're looking around. I need another investigation check to figure out.
Can I do it
If-
this
if
time?
you
I have
just-
better investigation.
Are we rolling investigation? All right, and this Lionel has +7 investigation.
I got +9, so
Go for it. You got it.
me too.
All right. So you look around, and as you're standing there, Reginald Dinkwell turns to you.
If you would try, if you're looking for, you mentioned something about an artificer when you came in. You just 3 or 4 doors down there is a man who makes some very high quality machinery. Are you an artificer yourself?
No, I'm a wizard. I don't.
Yeah, and I'm aspiring, you could say. I don't really know what I'm doing as well, but
Oh,
That much is
I wish you the
evident.
absolute best.
So, do we find the alchemy shop?
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 doors down.
All right, so we head in that direction.
All right, and you walk in. There's a half elf. He's got down on his hands and knees working on this. It looks like this strange animal shape, but it's mechanical. Big gears, giant chomping teeth on the front.
As we walk. Excuse me.
Yeah. What can I help you with?
Sorry, I'm a little busy. And you see him
Yeah,
pulling
I
on
know
this.
I need a couple of things from you, and very quickly, please.
All right. He stands up. What can I help you with? This protection dog has already been sold. I'm sorry. I can't sell it again.
It's.
no, we need something less made. you could
I
say.
need a
That's what I do is
components
make things, but
and
okay.
infuse magic and arrows.
Oh, you're wanting to infuse magic with metal. Now that I do. All right. What are you looking for? Are you looking for instruction on how to do it? Are you looking for components?
Oh,
I can make it work
Both
for
would
you
be
either way.
amazing. Yeah.
Well, I do this workshop on Wednesday evenings. If you'd like to come on by,
And I pull out a gold piece and say, if you can give me the crash course right now, that'd be appreciated.
well, first you have to soak magic in the purest of oils. When you do, some of that magic seeps into the oil. Then you have to boil the oil down until there's nothing left but the merest scraps of burnt goo. That burnt goo is actually very powerful. You can apply that to the device or the thing. In the short version, how do you describe the next? Basically, you have to take a little bit of magic of your own and put it into it, but that is a whole big topic.
don't worry, I'm totally capable of doing that.
I am
Great.
sure
So
you are.
What will we need to do that?
First, you have to start with oil. Everything starts with oil.
We have
The
some.
rarest, finest
Like
of
this
oils.
oil?
And
Oh.
he laughs and says, I would start with that and end up with about a thimble after it's been refined properly.
Hmm.
Do you have more?
What,
I could sell you, I don't know. I have like 3 quarts in the back, probably, or 3 pints in the back, perhaps. Takes a while
How
for
much
me to
of
make. I could make you some.
time is fortunately on our side, but how much are you selling the flask for?
Well, if I'm going to sell you my
Okay.
personal stock, it's going to be a little more because I have to. But I would say, let's say 30 gold apiece.
30 apiece?
30 a pint.
30 a pint. Why don't we say 25 and actually make this worthwhile for both of us?
I see we have the bargainer of the group. Roll a persuasion check to see. He's going to roll an anti-persuasion check.
Ooh, and that one.
I think I said 30. Did I not say? I'm pretty sure I did. It's 30 sounded really good to me. Yes.
Fine.
You said
30
you're in a
it is, 30
hurry.
per. I'll take all 3.
All right. So he goes to the back and you give him 90 gold. So take 90 gold off your equipment list and you have 3 pints. And he holds them out to you. And they're fairly, decent. They're pints. I mean, but he hands them to you.
So, can Bringen make a insight check as to see if this guy is actually trying to cheat him out of value?
Sure. So you're just kind of leaning back against the door, having been following them around town.
Yes. Hey.
You
15.
think 15.
Oh,
You
that's a
think
dirty
this guy yeah. Um
Oh. Yes.
The
Yeah.
blue number is the one.
So you are
Got it.
looking at this, and you don't know how this whole artificer thing works. He's been talking about, he spent a good 15-20 minutes. I summarized greatly, but talking about the kinds of magic used and yada yada. You think he's probably being fairly fair. He may have raised the price a little, but he wasn't gouging by any stretch.
Okay. Okay, Bringen just stay silent and was like, all right.
All right.
Investigation check for Bringen to see if I can notice him, or perception rather.
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 16.
You definitely see him standing by at the door. He's a 300-pound man. He's not the slimmest or most silent of people, and you see him leaning against the
I'm
door.
wearing a heavy armor.
Yeah, wearing heavy armor.
As he turns around, have you been following us this whole time?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd get lost.
Why didn't you just stay with Grodin?
I didn't think about that.
All right, so you have your
And
3 pints of oil.
And Lionel just takes out one of the rods and is like, "Would this do for enchant for?"
Oh, let me see
hole?
that. Let me see it real quick here. Let me look at it.
He kind of gets it and eyeballs down the line. And,
Those are nice. Where'd you get those?
What you got there?
3 doors down.
Oh.
Down, yeah.
Dinkwell.
oh, yeah, that's where I get all my gears too. He's good.
All right. Well,
These work keys amazing.
we probably got like an hour left, right?
Barely, yeah.
All
right. So
we need to make haste. We have an hour left. I'd rather not have to run behind Grodin as he starts marching.
all right. So I'll assume this is everything I need. He says to the Well, I hope so.
Yeah, a bit of metal. I'm not sure what you're trying to make with the metal, but really a bit of metal, a magical item to boil it in, an
These are all
artificer's
for arrows.
kit.
He interrupts.
Oh, arrows. I had not thought about using arrows. That's a All
And
right.
I do have an alchemist kit that I bought from that one guy, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so you have an alchemist's kit, and
I'll return with the finished product. Maybe we can make a little deal.
yeah, I'll buy a few off you and see what they do.
All right, and if I have everything, then I wave and walk out.
All right, so you have 3 pints, 10 shafts, and a town to leave.
Get going, bring in, and fine. And he's never. Well, he heard you tell Grodan, but I guess did he ever tell you? He ever like actually introduce himself?
Yeah, we had a Grodan, Loxodon War Master.
Yep.
Yeah.
Loxodon.
Okay, so
So foreign.
let's go.
All right.
So you head back to the gate. Groden is standing there. Thorba is basically just sitting down in the dirt, looking around like, come on, people. She sees you coming. It's about damn time. All right, can we go now?
Echo the sentiments.
pats the bag of holding. It's like, we can leave. This town is nothing.
Are we actually here on time?
On time is relative. You not being prepared earlier in the day has cost us some time, but we have not missed the deadline that I have set for leaving.
Barely.
Well, let's
Agreed.
get moving then.
All right, so who's leading this charge, Mr. Groden, you or me?
I mean, I've got decent survival.
As I was like, I
can
don't
try.
know,
Yeah.
work together.
I have a +5 to survival.
Yeah, if you're
I
trying to
also
get
have
around these
that.
parts, I mean, I'm +9, but I don't know how to convince a halfling to lead a.
You know, you could just say, hey, I think I know the countryside
Yeah.
the best, and see what they say.
You're
So
trying
I'm
to.
16 to survival, and has the map out,
I have a
Okay.
+3 to survival.
and has the rough idea of where to go now, and gets ready to start going
All right.
this way.
As I was like, I really wish this was Porco.
I rolled a 26 for Lionel, and I just wanted to see if Lionel can kind of peek under and like kind of listen to Grodan talk at the map and actually points like actually.
Well, as he points at
This
the
way's
map, you're
better.
looking at it in reverse. The light shining through it. It's kind of like looking through a light box. You know, have you seen things glowing through a light box? You're like, oh, I know where that's at. Yeah, we're going the right way. All right.
All right, keep to myself. Just
As
walk.
As it starts groaning.
We can barely hear you. You're chopping out like every other word.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Azaneve starts groaning, and he's like, "Well, I really wish we had Borko because now we have to walk."
I do not wish to put my ox in any more danger than he has already been in.
I mean, that's fair, but my feet are going to be in danger.
It may do you well to
It'll toughen you up, boy.
to have some physical exertion, Aslaneve.
Put some meat on them bones.
And he just like opens his spellbook and just starts reading it. Like,
Very well. Loxodon, march, and they're going to start marching the
Yep.
way that we've
You
plotted
see
out.
a series of 4 or 5 of the Loxodon soldiers kind of look up. Oh, yes, sir! And they get up, and pretty soon, I think you had 10 Loxodon with you. If I remember
Yeah.
right.
Bring-in started like one bonus section behind everybody else.
So they kind of scurry in behind, and you guys start marching down the road, and people starting to look now at the army of Loxodon. Before it was just random people, random Loxodon wandering the streets, and now that you're all marching together, people are starting to look up and notice and go, "What the heck's going on here?" They're a little confused. So you finally get your first awkward stares from Luskan. The city guards definitely give you a little side eye, just kind of keeping an eye on you. You big troublemakers, you.
Yeah, he turns to
Emphasis on the big.
and he says, "Get used to that."
It's kind of like the attention.
Hmm.
And you are off. You head out. So the question is, as you're marching along, if you stay on the road, you'll end up in Mirabar. If you take it and cut early, you could take like a 45-degree angle to get where you're going. If you do that earlier, you're going to go through the Neverwinter Wood. If you go a little later,
I think you would want to avoid Mirabar for right now, just because of the political tension and everything.
well, on top of that, it's going to take you about 3 days longer because it's a 45-degree angle out of your way. You want to go pretty much east southeast. The other way is going northeast. You're actually going.
All right. During the course of this, since he sees this, Grodin is going to ask Beskar to send a message to the Duke and ask him what the situation with Mirabar is.
All right, I shall send a message to the Duke saying, "What is the situation with Mirabar right now, politically and socially?" And
All right. You hear back. Oh, yeah, Beskar. We were just looking at sending some ambassadors up there. Should be there in 2 days.
He has 2 words left.
Nope, that's it. That's all he says.
you poop.
I would say to ask him if there's any way to expedite the process.
All right. Is there any way to expedite the process?
I'm sending him as fast on the fastest ship I got. I'm not sure what else I can do for you.
He's sending them on the fastest ship he has. Doesn't know what else he can do.
As any input,
Would he have the ability to send a magical message such as this to the leaders?
Are you able to send a magical message?
Are you burning a third spell?
Actually, no. I think if he was able to send messages magically, he would be doing that instead of sending someone on a ship.
logically, yeah. It would make, as a
How many do I have?
more sense to cut across the woods rather than fight an army.
Yeah.
It would take us a little longer, but it is what it is.
That is
What did
correct.
Sinding
We
do?
want to be ready for the fight whenever we arrive.
Right.
You would know.
Fight. Yeah.
You would know that going through, you could cut through the Neverwinter Wood, and you could cut through the crags. The crags are a series of very rough, rocky terrain. Not quite mountains, but very hilly.
Like
steep
Texas
hills.
Hill Country?
Yes, Texas Hill Country.
Which way is, I guess, safer/quicker?
Roll a nature check if you're trying to figure out the safety of nature.
Why don't we ask Lionel? He knows this area better than us.
Lionel,
I didn't come on a boat. That's for sure.
you
Yeah,
are familiar with this area, yes?
sure.
What is the safest way to take this force to the destination area here without going through Mirabar?
You said that'd be a nature check.
Yep.
Could I give him advantage since I also have proficiency in nature?
Yes, you could.
Survival. Never mind.
Oh, survival. Oh, well, actually, survival would be the. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry. Survival is what you're looking for to see if you
Survival?
could survive in the wild. What
That's
kind of
perfect.
things are
That's
going to
better.
attack you? That kind of thing. So, yes, you could give him advantage. Sorry.
All right, so I'll roll this with advantage. First one is a 26.
Jeez.
We'll just see if we crit. A
28.
28.
28.
Nearly.
Haha.
He's replaced me as the person that rolls high.
Apparently. So
Plus
you are
9
looking.
helps.
You're looking around, and you've been around this area before, and you know that the Neverwinter Woods probably going to be the safer but slower trek because you have so much thick underbrush to cut through. The crags would probably be faster, but there's a lot more not so happy creatures that live there.
And
Do
Lionel kind of
you know
turns
what
to.
kind of creatures we would be facing in the crags?
With that
Not
roll,
happy, for sure.
yeah, with that roll, you'd know there's a lot of I'm trying to think of what the word here, like goblinoid activity, insects.
So
And these insects and goblinoids would attack a very big party of people who all have
It's possible.
weapons.
It's possible.
I mean, they are insects. I mean, I've been bitten by a spider before, and I'm bigger than that.
Doesn't need to wait. What?
We must make haste, but we want to get to the destination as fresh as possible. So
All of a
I
sudden, I
believe
start laughing and remember that time Middendale got attacked by that spider?
I do.
I am not
actually,
aware
yeah.
of this time.
You have a
great.
whole army.
God, he was
We
paralyzed.
do, but tactically, we must make correct decisions. I believe that making a somewhat quicker pace through the Neverwinter Woods would be the smartest outcome for us.
I have to agree with that assessment.
Yeah, I would agree.
We must
Plus,
all move quickly then.
And Lionel tries to yell, "March!"
Groden just gives him like an off, like side look. Like, is this guy serious?
He's already walking forward.
Yeah, Groden.
The Loxodon
Groden
stand
continues the
perfectly
march
still
order and
until
gets,
Groden speaks,
you know.
and then off they go. All right, so
I will
you
message Co and go. Are you in position? Are you there yet? What is your situation at the moment?
is she there to answer?
Right now, no, not in person. I'm just
Okay,
wondering.
so because if she was, I'd let her answer.
Yeah.
She would say, "We are approaching the exterior tomorrow morning."
All right. Co and her group will be there tomorrow morning.
Are they planning on making their assault at that
Actually,
point, or do they
I
want
take that back. In 2 mornings, because there's an extra day of travel
Got it.
there.
And whenever you can, I'll say to let her know that we're about 3 days out.
I
Right?
probably
About
had
3 days.
I had room. So
3 to 4,
I
yeah.
can retcon and say I had more words to say, so I'll retcon and say We will be there in 3 days.
All right. Then she said, "Yeah, we'll be there in the morning after next."
All right. All right, cool,
And
cool.
it's going to take you 3 to 4 days. It's a long journey. It's not, because it's at least 2 days to Long Saddle, and then 2 more days,
Kids grabby coats.
And we're
and then
making
another day
like
through
a
the high
faster pace
forest.
on foot.
So it's going to be like a 5-day trip, which has been for her, because you guys spent 2 days in the ocean, a day in high Frosthold, and then a day in Luskan. So you guys have spent quite a bit of time already. And she's just now getting there.
Yeah, we're making a faster pace too. Like
All right, so
we're
you're going
marching
to
quickly. We're not, stopping for
right, and you're going to
a lot of breaks
take
or
less.
anything.
No potty break.
No potty breaks, less
What about my afternoon tea?
cautious.
You definitely could use the workout.
Yeah, Bringen might lose at least a pound with all of the walking they're about to do.
I'm picturing Bringen like walking and eating, while wheezing.
I can't. No, he can't. He can't eat right now. He's got his full armor plus his kitchen's in the bottle. Yeah, he's not.
All right, so
Looks at the Luxodon. You're pretty big. Could you carry me? Actually, no. He does not say that. He already has a bad time with them.
the Loxodon soldiers look down at you and they laugh. You're a funny man. That was a joke, right?
Of course, they don't call me the jolly fat man for no reason.
Lionel kind
He
of
says
whispers
short
as
breath.
they call him that.
Exactly.
So you cross the River Mar, enter the Neverwinter Woods, and make your way toward Longsaddle. You get about maybe a third of the way through the woods, and it starts to get really dark. Not because the woods are that thick, but it's becoming nightfall. You hear the sounds of crickets around you, and
the area around me.
We're gonna push until like roughly, I guess, 10 o'clock, and then
all right.
we're gonna rest.
So you're gonna try to get an extra couple hours of march in every day, at risk of marching through the darkness.
Yeah.
All right.
Bringen produces flame to try and light.
Grodin has
a
his
little
torch
bit.
out.
All right. As you're marching through, you hear. Well, roll a perception check first. See how much you hear and when.
Everybody?
You hear it. Let's go with who's leading. Who do you want to be leading this?
I've been leading to this point.
All right, so Grodin it is. Grodin.
Makes sense.
24, and then I'm rolling with scent as well.
All right.
Not you. Someone with dark vision should probably lead.
18 with scent.
All right.
So 18 for scent and 24 for sight.
You are marching through, and you hear
Or hearing.
footsteps tromping through the leaves beside you, and with what you rolled, you would begin to think that they're not just footsteps. It's like someone wants you to know they're there. It's not just step, step, step. It's stomp, stomp, stomp.
Do I hear it?
Grodin's going to. Grodin's going to call up. Grodin's going to kind of wave over to Lionel, because he already knows that he can sneak pretty well, and he seems like he's pretty perceptive. Like he's already getting a good idea of kind of what he's capable of, just having seen him fight and everything. Excuse me, Lionel.
Yes, yes. We stopped.
Do you hear the noise following us to our right?
And I guess I'd have to make my own perception check.
No, you would hear it. They're not being
I'd hear
subtle
it.
about it. By this point,
it out to you
especially.
as well.
Yeah, by this
Gotcha.
point, especially,
So-
you're like, yeah, that I actually recognize that.
Yes. Yes.
Could you possibly swing out quietly and scout for me?
And
Tell me what is going on. Report back as quickly as possible.
Lionel doesn't answer because he's in work mode. He just puts up his hood for his cloak and
All right.
starts stealthing off in that direction.
Steps
Do
behind
we
a bush.
continue our march?
Yes, because we're like tactically, Grodin doesn't want to let anyone know that they, like he wants them to think that they have the advantage.
Right.
And
Yeah. No, that's why I was asking. I just want to make sure.
Grodin will put up his hand and like do some like Loxodon hand signals just to like let the other Loxodon know if they haven't already noticed. Like keep alert and kind of what direction the noise is coming from.
All right.
All right.
So he puts up his hood and steps behind a bush, and you fully expect that, as he is going past the bush, you're going to see him emerge from it, and on the other side, and he doesn't. He just is gone into the night.
So I rolled a 14 stealth.
14.
Natural 2.
Natural 2.
That's sad that a natural 2
2
is still a frickin' 14.
Look, I'm good at certain things.
It's called
Use-
min-maxing.
Oh man, I tell you.
Bringan's like, oh, where'd he go? I can't see him.
You step through the trees and you begin looking off to the right, and you see about 10 black bear, led by one brown bear. And you know that, being the nature person that you are, black bear and brown bear don't get along with each other, but these seem to be, which is really kind of weird. And the brown bear is leading them through this path, pretty much on a parallel course with you and your team.
Okay, so we're we're just kind of walking beside each other, just not
Ish.
knowing the other's there.
Yeah.
All right, I want to, and that's all I see, or
That's what you see that's making all the noise.
that's all the noise. Okay, then I want to go back to Grodin because he said he wanted it quick, so I want to go back to the main party.
All right.
So looks like a party of about 10 bears, but there's something weird about it. Don't trust it. It's brown and black bears, and from what I've seen, brown and black bears don't get along, but now there's a party of 10 walking the same direction as us.
Did they seem to be threatening?
They were, for a bear, they just seem like bears. Honestly, nothing in particular off. They're just moving in the same direction. But again, I don't like this scenario initially.
All right. Are we in the woods right now, or are we in?
You are in the woods. It is falling. The darkness has fallen. You are marching with your lamp out, and you see thickets and vines all around you. You're walking down a trail that widens and narrows, and sometimes you have to slow down to step over things and get around things. It's not a beaten path.
Grodin puts his hand up and says, "It is time to start looking for a campsite."
Meta question. Would any of our characters know that bears typically are fairly solitary? I don't think I know personally that bears travel in groups. Would any of the characters know that?
Not groups
Families-
that large.
Yeah, not groups that large.
he would-
Families of bears travel that large, but not adult bears. You're right. So that would also stick out as to Mr. Lionel. Probably not normal.
Adult bears, 10 of them, brown and black. This is kind of
We
repeating
will
it to people.
halt and look for a campsite now. Groden rolled a 23 to start looking for a
right.
place close to where they can, start making camp.
Yeah, there's, as you're walking through, not a lot of, wide open space, but you get to a point where there's fewer shrubs around and some, patches of ground you could set up tents and make a campsite out of. There's a lot of you, so, you'd take up quite a bit of space, but you could make a little miniature tent city for the evening.
Yep. Get a fire started. And then go to sleep. We're going to keep the fire up and then have lookouts posted.
All right, so you arrange with the Loxodon, the army of 10, as it probably will become known. You make arrangements with them to rotate guard duty.
Yep.
Bringman would like to join one of the watches.
Yeah.
Which one?
Rotations of 2, and Groden will also join one of the watches.
All right, so which watch are you joining, Mr. Bringen?
If I remember correctly, there's 4 in a night, so I would
There's
join
usually 3 in a night.
number 3 in a night. In that case,
Yeah.
I'd like to get the second one.
All right.
Groden will take first watch.
All right. So Groden, I need a perception check from you, please, for the first watch of the evening.
It's 11 and 10. I don't know what my partner got.
I'm rolling for them, but for you, you don't necessarily see anything. You smell mostly the smoke from so many little campfires from the various camps that your scent is really kind of blocked.
Before it loses its freshness, I am going to eat my last snack.
Yeah. The party, the 2 other Loxodon, they're kind of just talking amongst themselves. They're not really taking anything incredibly seriously, and they look around and they see you standing over there. They smile and salute and give you, the Loxodon salute.
Mm-hmm. Anything happening?
Not that you see.
So yeah, Groden would just be patrolling around the camp and making sure that his, soldiers were, they're relaxing but alert.
Right. All right, so you have the first watch goes. The second watch. Who's taking
Groden
second?
would wake up Bringen if he hadn't already.
All right, so Bringen is up along with 2 other Loxodon guards.
I'm up. Oh, that's so sore. Works out like a knot in his leg. So my check was a
Yes,
16.
please. 16, and they rolled a 1 and a 10. So they also are kicking back and not really...
They technically get the scent as well.
Yep. Those were the best rolls.
Oh.
So the second watch goes fairly uneventfully. There's people trying to be quiet as they're tromping around the camp to do their watches, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Did
And
any of the party want to assist with watch on the third watch? Or was it just going to be the Loxodon?
Yeah.
No,
I
I mean,
figured
I can
that there
help.
were people.
Could
He was
I-
like,
Lionel would be part of the last one
Um,
because he doesn't like interrupted sleep.
so I'd like to use my pact ability, and that is augury.
All right.
And so what it does is it lets me know if in the next 30 minutes something bad could happen or good happen, depending on the question that I ask, which should be a yes/no question.
All right.
So, the question would be, if the bears come near camp, would it be beneficial to not engage with them?
To
Not as
not
far as like,
engage with them. Okay. To not
So, like,
combat them
not-
is what I'm
like-
hearing.
yes, see if they're, no, just to not engage with
oh,
them.
like, are the bears any danger to us? Basically.
Correct. Something
Yeah.
along those lines, yeah.
So you would get a very positive feeling back that attacking them would be a bad thing, or not attacking them would be a good thing.
Okay. And then as I go to bed, I'm going to use, what is
You going
it?
to let anybody know about that? So maybe...
Nope.
It's like, oh, that's cool.
He now knows for himself, and he's happy.
Well, yeah, I'll let the next watch know, like, hey, the bears don't mean any harm. They've probably been displaced from home or something. And then I will mold earth and make myself a softer bed, since I don't have my vessel, because
All right.
I used it to go back and make breakfast this morning.
Yes, you did. So you make a nice little divot, nice and soft and perfectly shaped to fit your generous body.
Yes.
On the
a
third
nice, mossy,
watch-
firm mattress.
Yes. On the third watch, I need... Who was taking the third watch with the Loxodon? Beskar?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right, so Beskar, a perception check. A 9. You guys are rolling phenomenally well for the perceptions. Yeah, you don't notice anything. You look out, and pretty soon, even though you haven't seen anything, you start to hear crunch, 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 crunch footsteps. And you look around, and there are now like 15 or 20 bears of various types, sizes, and variety surrounding the camp. That's what you see as they actually surround you.
Oh,
Would any of us have heard anything that are asleep, or no?
Probably not, because you were sleeping. They didn't blow trumpets or
will-
anything, but footsteps.
Do I see the one that was leading them?
It's a series of brown bears and black bears. Do you know how to tell one black bear apart from another?
No. I will. What if I'll try sending a message to one of them.
All right.
I'll just yell out, if you bears are going to be peaceful, then I suggest not coming any closer.
Okay, and you say this in common, I assume?
Yes. If you mean peace, then... If you mean harm, then do not come any closer.
As you say that, a very large brown bear steps forward and stands on its hind legs, and as they do, you see the form shift into that of a very beautiful elven lady who says, "And I suggest the same for you. If you mean any harm, well, we'll take care of that right now." And with that, I'm going to call a break.
Hey,
Ah.
I am glad for that augury.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a decent thought, actually. All right, I will be right back.
All right. See you in a few.